Hello, seventh grade. Today we are looking at day and night, and our objective is I can develop and use a model to describe the cause of observable patterns of day and night. So we will be able to develop and use a model to describe day and night, is basically what we are doing today. The vocab words we are looking at today are day, night, axis, and counterclockwise. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to tell me what those are. I want you to stop and think if you've ever thought about how strange it is that there's life on Earth, but there are not on any other planets. So life on Earth, other planets, there is no life, or at least none that we know of. We have 24-hour days. We experience seasons in a particular pattern, and we have just the right conditions for a wide variety of life around our planet. I want you to stop and think, what questions might you have about this? So it's strange to think that out of all the planets that are in our galaxy, in our world, that we just have just the right necessities in order for life to live. So thinking about that, we also want to think about, which is our guiding question for this unit, how does the position and movement of Earth affect day and night on Earth? So you might already know a little bit about how the Earth moves and where it's located, but we're going to dive deeper into that with the start of our unit today. Okay, so in science, we observe phenomena. A phenomena is something that can be observed and explained. So we are going to look at a phenomena, and you are going to be able to answer two questions. What is happening? And why? So you're going to answer that while we watch this video. So again, the two questions that you should have answered is, what is happening in that video and why is it happening? Okay, so you should have learned in previous science classes that the Earth actually rotates around the sun. As the Earth rotates around the sun, it is rotating on its axis. The axis is the imaginary line that runs through the North and South Pole. We know that the Earth spins on its axis because we obviously have its days and nights. Now the Earth rotates in a counterclockwise rotation, meaning that like a normal clock that rotates from right to left, we are actually rotating from left to right, and the opposite direction that a clock moves. So because the Earth rotates in this way, what direction does the sun rise? Good, you should have answered that it rises in the east and it sets in the west. So in this video demo that I am about to show you, we are going to pretend like we are the sun, and the Earth is rotating on its axis to create one day and one night. In this video, where my mouse is located is roughly where the St. Louis is located. And so as the Earth rotates counterclockwise, the sun is rising in its east and it is now setting in its west. So at this point, St. Louis is experiencing its nighttime and India is experiencing its daytime. And then as it stops, St. Louis comes back around to the sun to go through a full 24 hours. Okay, so knowing what we have just learned, we know that the United States is in the Western Hemisphere and India is in the Eastern Hemisphere. So what do you think that means when we talk about day to night time in relation to the United States and India? Good. So you should have said that when it is daytime in the US, it is going to be nighttime in India. And that is due to what? Good. That is due to the fact that the United States is in the Western Hemisphere and India is in the Eastern Hemisphere, so the sun can only be at one spot at each time. So that means that as the Earth is rotating, when it gets closer to daytime in India, it is going to be closer to nighttime in the United States. So, knowing the vocab words at the beginning of the unit, we might have had a little bit of a definition for each word, but by the end of this unit, you should have been able to create your own definitions for the words day, night, axis, and counterclockwise. So we know that day is the period of time of one rotation of Earth on its axis. We know night is a period of darkness in 24 hours. We know the axis is the imaginary line through the North and South Pole. And counterclockwise is moving opposite direction of the hands of a clock. And then if you wanted to draw an example, that is the direction in which it turns. So you'll be using this video and all of the explanations in this to answer your assignment for today. Good luck and let me know if you have any questions.